Yum, blessed day, brothers and sisters. It's not a Shabbat lesson, it's an impromptu video, right? I'm gonna tackle is there is a difference between Hebrews, Jews, and Israelite? Because a lot of people go around talking about we're not Hebrew Israelites, even though I understand the position some might take, because again, this awakening is tarnished by these wicked so-called black people who brand themselves as Hebrew Israelites, which we are really are descendants of Hebrews, children of Yasharalite, right, who were taken into slavery, right, and scattered to the four corners of the earth, right, brothers and sisters. In actuality, it becomes a religion. It's like Christianity when it's a Hebrew Israelite. Right away, you think religion, and it should not be, because this is awakening, a spiritual awakening. But nevertheless, we are Hebrews, children of Yasharel, descendant of Hebrew slaves, brothers and sisters. So you see the difference. Instead of Hebrew Israelite, you think of religion, but when you say you are Hebrew, a child of Yasharel or descendant of Hebrew slaves, then you see the difference, and then you see the identity, the ethnic identity associated with we call a Hebrew, a child of Yasharel. Take a look at the screen, brothers and sisters. We're going to look at these scriptures. Okay, brothers and sisters, Baruch 2:30, that's from the 1611 KJV Apocrypha, right? Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. So it's talking about Yasharel, stiff-necked people, ethnic Yasharel, right? But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And this is happening right now as we speak. This is the awakening, the true awakening. We are waking up to our true identity as Hebrews, children of Yasharel. Not awakening to be in a camp and to behave and act like other religions, Christian, Islam, Hindu, right, Buddhism, Muslim, all those type of religion. You know what I mean? That wasn't the point of us awakening to end up going into camps, right? It's an individual spiritual awakening that we come together as collective group of people who are keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes as Hebrews, children of Yasharel. I see the difference, right? The awakening is a spiritual one. As each individual awaken to the reality of who they are as the people of the Bible, Israel, Yasharalites, Hebrews, then we become into ourselves and come into the practice of keeping the commandments and his feasts, and prepare our hearts to go back into a land located northeast of Africa and south of Jerusalem, right? South of the New Jerusalem, which the old Jerusalem, which is the true location of David Negos, the tabernacle, David tabernacle, right? And Mount Zion, alright, the walls of Mount Zion, right, brothers and sisters? Alright, so I'm going to tackle this. Is there a difference between Hebrews, Jews, and Israelites, right? Generally speaking, the terms Hebrews, Jews, and Israelites all refer to the same people, and that's true, right? All refers to the same people, right? The nations which sprang from Abraham through Isaac and Jacob, a nation promised and chosen by Elohim in the Old Testament. You could go and read that in, right, Genesis 12, 1-3, right? Right, but Bereshit 12, 1-3, right, brothers and sisters? 1611 KJV, right? Each term emphasizes some aspect of this people origin or background. The term Hebrew is first used in the scriptures to refer to Abraham. You could read that in Bereshit 14:13, Genesis, right? Then it is used of Joseph, same Bereshit 13:14-7. So take this scripture down and go actually read them for yourselves, brothers and sisters, right? And the other descendants of Abraham through Isaac and Jacob, Bereshit 40:15, 43:32, right? It is uncertain why Abraham is called The Hebrew, some have suggested that the word Hebrew comes from a word meaning on the other side or to cross over, and alludes to Abraham leaving Ur and crossing the Euphrates River. Furthermore, no special reason is given in the scripture for calling the nation that came from Abraham through Isaac and Jacob Hebrews. The term does, however, identify the nation as descendants of Abraham. It has been suggested by some that Hebrews is the national name that was preferred by this nation and the name by which foreign nations often refer to it. Interpretation of 1 and 2 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 11 colon 22, right? And 2 Corinthians 1 colon 22. Right, so you have 2 Corinthians 11:22 and 2 Corinthians 1:22. The name of Jacob, the son of Isaac, Bereshit 25:26, who was the promised son of Abraham, Genesis Bereshit 17:19, was changed to Israel, Yasharalite, when he wrestled with the angel of Elohim, Bereshit 32:28. Hence, descendants of Abraham through Isaac and Jacob, Israel, made up the nation of Israel and were sometimes called Yasharalites. Exodus 9:7. When the nations divided, the 10 northern tribes arrogated to themselves the name Israel, and the 2 southern tribes, known as Judah, Yehuda, or Sahuda, alright? Both nations were taken captive. Israel was taken captive by the Assyrians, and Yehuda, Sahudan, was later taken captive by the Babylonians. When the Babylonians' captivity ended, exile of both nations, Israel and Yehuda, returned to their homeland and were again united under the designation of Israel. So in Genesis, brothers and sisters, 14:13, Abraham is described as Avram, Avri, Abraham the Hebrew, which translates literally as Abram, the one who stands on the other side. Israelites are defined as descendants of Yaakov, Israel, son of Isaac, grandson of Abraham. The term Jews was first used to describe the inhabitants of Yehuda, Sahudan, the name taken by the 2 southern tribes of the nation of Israel during the division, 2 Kings 16:6, 2 Kings 25:25. Please, brothers and sisters, take these scriptures down and go read them for yourself to get a better understanding of what's going on. After the Babylonian captivity, the meaning was extended to embrace all of Israel. It is suggested by some that this name may have been given to all Israel at this time because the larger portion of the remnant of the covenant people were from Yehuda, right? Jew or Jews is often used to contrast or to distinguish the nations from Samaritans, Gentiles, or Protestants. John 4:9, Romans 2:9, Acts 2:10. Please take these scriptures down and read them, brothers and sisters, for yourself, right? All 3 of these terms, Hebrews, Israelites, and Jews, continue to be used in the New Testament to describe the fleshly descendants of Abraham through Isaac and Jacob. 2 Corinthians 11:22. Right? Let's take a look at that, brothers and sisters. 2 Corinthians 11:22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I, brothers and sisters, right? Here's another scripture, John 4:9. Then the woman of Samaria said to him, How is it that you, being a Jew, ask a drink from me, Samaritan woman? For Jews have no dealing with Samaritans. Right? The distinction, brothers and sisters. The distinction, right? Furthermore, since the Israelites were Elohim's chosen people of the Old Testament, in the New Testament, the terms Jew and Israel are occasionally used figuratively to represent Elohim's chosen people today. Right? Galatians 3:29, Romans 2:27-28. 9:6. A careful study of the context of the New Testament passage will allow one to discern which way the terms are used in the New Testament and to whom they speak. There are only a few times in the New Testament that a special meaning is given to the words. The term Hebrews, Israelites, and Jews are close synonyms and are often used interchangeably. All three terms refer to those who have descended from Abraham through Isaac and Jacob. The terms are used figuratively a few times in the New Testament in reference to the spiritual seed of Abraham. When speaking of the fleshly nations of Israel, the term Hebrew ties the people directly to Abraham. Israelites relates them to Jacob or Israel, and Jews or Jews remind us of this people's homeland and is used to distinguish the race from other people or to contrast them with others. So you see, brothers and sisters, the term Hebrew or Hebrew Israelites, right, is synonymous with a people, an ethnic people. But like I said in the beginning of this video, right, it has been tarnished and now has become like the Christians and the Muslim. But the awakening, spiritual awakening, right, that's going on within the ethnic true bloodline of Israel is real, and that cannot be stopped. And you could know the difference, brothers and sisters, right? But we were always associated with Hebrew. That's our identity. And Yasharalite or Israel is our nation, right? It is our nation. There's a difference. Identity and nation is still one and the same, but when you talk about Israel, you talk about the 12 tribes, you talk about the nation. And we talk about Hebrews, is also linked to the nation of Israel because we are Hebrews, right? Children of Israel. Right, brothers and sisters, so I hope you understand the terms, right? So we can move forward in this true awakening by coming back to these laws, commandments, and statutes and teach others to do so in hopes that their minds may be renewed and their hearts be rejuvenated. So the most I can plant the seed of righteousness that they may grow and flourish and teach the next generation, right? So blessed love and shalom.